Hey, this is Scott from Ion Concert Media, and I want to make this video to kind of walk through how we think uh, installing Mosaic at the stable would work step by step. This isn't a polished video, I'm just kind of doing it on the fly, but just kind of walk through the process, how it would actually look on site. So, step number one would be to come here to our website, and we're going to go to Mosaic subscriptions. And the offer we're making to the stable is you're going to take the cover band Mosaic subscription for $500. That's a one time yearly fee, so $500 per year. With the subscription, you get 75% off stage sync products and 50% off film products. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But we will also then, in return, issue the stable a $2,000 gift card to be used against the purchases being made. So at $2,000 with those discounts, that's for sure an entire year worth of content that you would not need to pay for. Lighting is always free. There's no extra charge for putting in lighting programs. Okay, so take the subscription for $500. Then you'll need to load the Mosaic software up. You probably won't be downloading it from the website because it'll be a beta version that has not been published to the site yet. We'll get you the download link. Um, and then you're going to load in Mosaic. And I've already got it open. I'll just pull it up here. This is the display window that the audience sees. I'm just going to get it out of the way. So now we've got Mosaic open. Why is it formatted funny? What did I do wrong? So when I pull it up to this window, it formats differently. That's not good. Huh, never seen that before. I don't think it's playing well with OBS. Oh, there it is. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, sorry about that. So this is the window. I've got a show file loaded in. To load a file, we've got 12 media bays. We click on Add Track and pick a file. We've got lots and lots of files. Pick the file you want, click Open, and it'll load in, and the score will populate up here at the top. And we can press play, and everything will start moving. And now the only control is right here, the tempo slider. For cover tunes, almost always it's going to be right here in the middle, which was the recorded tempo of the commercial recording that all the bands try to achieve, or it might be just a little bit off from there. Either way, what we're learning about cover tunes is you kind of set this and almost forget it. Every 12 or 16 bars, you might need to make a small correction. Basically, it stays in tempo with the band pretty well all on its own. You have the ability, if they change tempo, you have the ability to change tempo with them and keep everything synchronized. Okay, so then you need the content. So move this here, come back over to the website. Our library of cover tunes is still pretty small. This is what it looks like right now. It's not a big list, but we're part of this deal is we want you guys to help us incentivize us to build 75 cover tune visuals over the next year. And I don't think that's not a hard target to hit. You guys, if you're bringing in bands, they're going to all be playing different tunes in different styles. But you can see they're all priced at $30. You get 50% off of that. So each title would be $15. You got a $2,000 gift card to apply against the purchase price. You would just come in here, add these to your cart, download them, and now you come back over here and load them in the way I just described, and you're off and running. If you want to do your own content, you don't want to use our stuff, you make your own video, or one of the bands has its own content, That's going to be over here. The product you need to do that is called Stage Sync. And basically, Stage Sync is just the sync with no preloaded content in it. If I come over here, looking for Folsom Prison Blues. There we go. All right, this is a Stage Sync folder. When you buy a Stage Sync product off our site, you actually get a folder of content, not just one show file. Inside that folder will be the show file that you're going to load into Mosaic, but then you're also going to get an MP3 file and you're going to get an MOV file. These are the syncs. So I'm going to open up the MOV, pull it up to the screen. Okay, so basically this is the score that populates inside of the software, and it's exactly the same score as what is used in the show file. So the idea is you can pull this into a video editor and use it as your synchronizing audio. If I hit play, the audio is in here. You've got the score scrolling. Pull that into your video editor, and now you've got the synchronizing audio, and you've got the lyrics and the score that you can use to build your asset. You render the asset, and then you bring it back over into Mosaic, and this is not a Stage Sync file, so it's not going to work in here, but we can go to settings, pull those settings window up here, and then we can go to replace assets. And if this was a Stage Sync file, it says here movie is not replaceable, score is not replaceable, audio is not replaceable. These would be usable fields, and you'd be able to drag your film file in here and your audio file in here, click replace movie, click replace audio, and load your own assets in, so that now when you come out here to play the file, it's not our video playing, it's your own proprietary content, something that you've made or something that the band has that synchronizes to the tune. That's Stage Sync, and the Stage Sync files, if you look at them over here, they're priced pretty affordably. These bigger priced ones are all going to be large orchestral pieces. We've got some of these that go up to $600-700 a pop, but pop tunes, cover tunes are going to be in the $15 to $20 range, and you're getting 75% off of that. Use the gift card. You've got a whole year's worth of Stage Sync files that would be available to you. Okay, so then we're back in the software, and you want to do lights. The way lights work is through OSC, and I'm going to show you in the software. To build your light program, you're going to have to come over to ICM Technologies on the website, and then click on Tools, and the first cue is the OSC Cue Creator. Pulls up this window, but I actually have a second one opened up here that's kind of loaded up with data. So over on the left, we've got this form where you can put in the OSC command, the IP address, the port, the millisecond data, and give yourself some notes. What we think is going to happen is that, do I still have that? Yes. Let's do it like this. What we think is going to happen is that LDs are going to have the Cue Creator and the Stage Sync file open at the same time. The Stage Sync file gives you millisecond data up here at the top. We're at millisecond 8126 at this point in the film. So now let's say you wanted to add lights right at the downbeat here. That's millisecond 8725. I can come in here, the cue, I'm going to give it a different cue number what, 67, 67. And it's going to play at, oh, now I forgot what the millisecond was, 8725. Click add, and that's going to add that in order, in chronological order. So the millisecond data stuck it here. Well, there already was a cue at 8725. But we just added this one in. That's going to fire your cue. I can edit this, come back into it to edit it, and add a note that says we want a blue wash at that point. Um, and now you can take that into your light board. If you have notes about what look you want for each cue, you take this into the light board and you just make your light cues. Let Mosaic worry about when to fire it using this millisecond data. And then you've got your look notes to help you build the actual cues on the board. Down here we've got button activated cues. These are the 6 OSC buttons in the software that are not linked to the timeline. They can be fired anytime. I've got this one set up to be a blackout on the light board. Every time I hit button 1, I get a light blackout. So then you're going to just export this file. It'll export as like a spreadsheet. And we're going to take it over to Mosaic. If I can find Mosaic. Got too much stuff open. And we're simply going to click this OSC button and then click add or change OSC commands. That spreadsheet will be stored on your hard drive somewhere. You click into the spreadsheet and click open, and now those millisecond light cues and the OSC button commands are loaded into the software, and as you play the software, when you hit each one of those millisecond points, it will send the fire command for that cue over to the light board. Okay, and I think that covers it. There's a lot more, but that gives you just a rough idea of how, if we were to move forward, how we would get started and how it would actually look at your end to get this up and running. All right, thanks. Bye.